Hello, everybody. Welcome to the very first episode of Sourcast. I'm your host, Clint, and I'm going to be talking about the amazingly fact-adversed, impotent, the sensitive one, your host, the Hut from the Comic Book Hut channel. Really, this has reached basically kayfabe levels. I'm not going to pretend like this is anything more than that. He has been fixated on me lately, and I'll show you exactly why. You can tell I know how this works. So I'm going to have a little bit of fun with this. I have no expectation that the Hut himself will watch this video, because he's very, very sensitive about these kinds of things. It won't matter anyway. He won't watch it. All right, so he had a few questions. Mainly, he wants to know about War Campaign, what I think about War Campaign, and what I think about Ethan Van Sciver. Now, I've already answered these questions time and time again. No one ever accepts those answers. So I don't expect anything to change here, but I'm gonna give it here one time. So that way, when I get asked these questions, I can refer you to this video, and that way you'll have the answer. All right, so first things first, the Comic Book Hut said that I am no Clint Eastwood. I have to agree. I am no Clint Eastwood. And I'll also have to say that you are probably closer to Obama than I am to Clint Eastwood.
I'm not going to shut up. It's my turn.
Now, I made the mistake of talking to people on Twitter who demanded that I disavow War Campaign or disavow Ethan Van Sciver, or really anybody that they wanted. They also said that I was making disgusting penis memes for people to view, which I didn't, never have. But I was still being, all that stuff was being thrown on me. Now, I'm not going to pretend like the people on Twitter had any sort of pure intentions or anything like that. It's the same thing they've been doing to several other creators over the past several weeks, but I made one mistake, and that mistake was to try and reason with them. Essentially, I fed into the craziness. That was my mistake. And so it ended up essentially just wasting me a lot of time. But this happens over and over and over again. All right, so here is Obama. Listen to this. Does this sound familiar?
So I guess it was okay when Trump was attacking minorities, suggesting that Mexicans were rapists and Muslims were unpatriotic, and insulting Gold Star moms and making fun of disabled Americans. I guess that didn't quite tip it over the edge.
I know that you said you're a Trump supporter, but you should probably disavow Trump. Obama says so. He's using the same kind of tactics that you and many of your friends, your Hut campaign likes to use, the people that go around on Twitter carrying out your orders, the Hut campaign. And so, yeah, they do this exact same tactic. They will say who you need to disavow and why, and if you don't, you are a terrible person and you're guilty of whatever crimes this person has committed. All right, so to answer the question for myself, this is why it's such a trap. People ask you, what do you think about all these penis memes that are going around, dildo memes that are going on the internet? You might think, hey, has Clint ever made a penis meme? Shared one on Twitter, retweeted one, photoshopped someone's face into one. Has he ever done any of that before? The answer is actually no. Yeah, surprisingly so. I've never done that. And that is because, like I said here way back in September, I said I don't like the penis memes. It's immature and counterproductive. Now, I reiterated that again when I had another mob, again, like dumping the same kind of issues on my shoulders to answer for. And I said, in essence, a similar thing. But now the Hut read it, you read it, and you didn't like it. You also didn't show the tweet that I was responding to. And that is because your friend, Lorenzo, was making fun of my religion. I don't know what that ad hominem had anything to do with me personally, but I heard that over and over again all weekend long. It was amazingly eye-opening how people can be claiming to, be against racial discrimination or whatever. You're saying a specific one about Asians. Honestly, I'm not sure exactly what the meme was. You were talking about bad stuff about Asians, whatever, racist stuff, bigotry, but you would also ignore the same kind of religious bigotry coming from your Hut campaign. Now, I would say that's hypocritical, but I know you're very sensitive, and so I don't want to make you close your entire YouTube account again and run off. So I won't say hypocritic. The other thing is you also keep bringing up Tim Lim. I don't understand this at all. I'll tell you, to be honest, I wasn't around when the whole falling out between Tim Lim and Ethan Van Sciver happened, and everybody else. I don't really know the entire timeline because I didn't know. I wasn't around. I only discovered things shortly after. So it was last October that I started getting into things. So I had to learn the lay of the land. I had to figure out who everyone was, and it took me quite a while. I'm still learning who people are. I don't know everybody. Now, you don't watch my videos. You've made that clear because you were really upset about the climbing of my subscriber rate, how my channel passed yours last October so quickly. I shot past you like a rocket. I think that's the way that you worded it. And for some reason that has really, really upset you. But perhaps when you were nursing your feelings, you missed the fact that I will talk to anybody. In fact, I would talk to your friend Gail Simone if she would come on my channel, but she won't. Just like you won't. I think you guys, I don't know if you coordinated that or something, invited you on the channel to talk about it. I would talk to anybody on my channel. And in fact, I actually interviewed Tim Lim on my channel and promoted his book, just like I did with the Brightwisers. The difference is when I had Tim Lim on my channel, we had a pleasant conversation, talked about his book. I promoted his book the best that I could. When I had Mitch on my channel, I did the same. Yeah, the difference is nobody cared that I had Tim Lim on my channel. But for some reason, when I had Mitch Brightwiser on my channel, that hurt your feelings. The artist on the book, Timothy Lim, welcome.
Thank you for the invite.
Now, if you were really concerned about, how a lot of people are treated, Mike Miller, he's one, I talked to Mike Miller and I've been very public that I still like Mike Miller. And you know what? Nobody has been mean to me about that. I honestly, this is the way that I see of solving the problem is if you like people, be kind to them. If you focus on the negative things, then that is exactly what you're going to get. When's the last time that you had Tim Lim on your channel? And in fact, when is the last time that you talked about comics? So there's this thing, it's kind of like watching a car accident happen. I don't watch all of the Huts videos, but I watch many of the Huts videos because it's like you just don't know what he's going to say. And so I've watched through all of them. I scroll through this list, and you've made probably at least 50 videos about Ethan Van Sciver. I know why you do, because that gets you views. All right. And I know that you've done Richard C. Meyer. He hasn't actually done that well for you. And you can tell here, we look up at the top. You did this one on Richie. Have you seen Richie? You got 252 views. That was 3 days ago. And then look, 2 days ago, you did a video on me. You got 412 views. Partially because I tweeted it out because I was just overjoyed to be the subject of one of your videos. And so with that marketing power, you're doing what all creators should do. And this is once you start a YouTube channel, they'll tell you to do this. Specifically, once you hit a video that gets above average views, you should double down and continue to make videos on that topic because that's what your customer base is interested in. And so that is why you make videos about me. I don't know why you don't talk about comics anymore. I'm not sure, are you sick of, you don't like comics? I don't know what it is. I really miss your tracing streams that you used to do. Where you trace a cover off screen or a pinup off screen and then color it. That would be really fun to see you do those again. But I guess the intrigue, I do see it. I look at your videos and I think that perhaps you know something. This insider that you talk about, you've got some insider information. Maybe the Hut knows something I don't. Since you made these videos on me, I have come to the realization that you genuinely don't do any research whatsoever. Otherwise, you would have known that all the claims that you made about, a lot of stuff, including my campaign, are just verifiably false. And so this kind of stuff really, you lost all your credibility. If you had any, I always had that question, but you've lost it all. I know part of it is the persona, the evil persona that you're trying to put on. And that's because you get more views. I understand how that works. And actually, I think you do a pretty good job with the persona. The problem is your feelings get hurt. Like when Cecil made this response video after you called him a fat lard, I think something like that, he responded in kind of a funny video. It really, really hurt your feelings. And so you deleted your entire YouTube channel. And then you later started one up again and you apologized and then you deleted your channel again. Somewhere during that time period, I know that somebody came up to you, told you a little bit, persuaded you perhaps to go down a certain path. Problem is, it takes just a little bit of research to find out what is true and what is false and what, no one can really know. So the tactic now is back to Obama's tactic, and has been used time and time again. And that is essentially Trump derangement syndrome. I have a question. Where would your YouTube channel be if Ethan Van Sciver wasn't around? He's got at least a third of your content is about Ethan Van Sciver. Where would your channel be? I like Ethan Van Sciver. I've never been secretive about this. In fact, I have a special thank you to him written in the front of my book, Downcast, which will be here very, very soon. It's finished printing. They're shipping it. So yes, I am biased. I don't review comic books, but I talk about comic books and I talk about the comic industry because the business stuff is what interests me. And I think that's why most people come to watch my videos. They're not here to see reviews, just like no one watches the few reviews that you have done. Your boy Zach just does reviews better. Second thing with War Campaign, guess what? I cannot control the penis memes. I cannot control what Donald Trump tweets. I can't control any wars going on in Africa. I can't control the people in my own comment section. So while I know the path that you want me to take is to become some kind of righteous keyboard warrior and spend the rest of my time, going gray and losing my mind over these memes, the truth is they have as much power as you give them. Just like I gave the Hut campaign too much attention over the weekend, and they sucked out a lot of my time over stupid, bickering on Twitter and trying to prove something to them. You could spend your time promoting Tim Lim's books. You could spend your time promoting Mike S. Miller's books, or, whatever you want to do. You could do that, but we both know it's not really about that. It's about the conflict, because that's how you get views on your YouTube channel. And yet at the same time, you'll block me, so I can't actually speak to you at all. And obviously you won't watch the video either. So thank you very much. Really appreciate it. Everybody, feel free to disagree with me below in the comment section. That is fine. I will try my darndest to read every single comment, and I definitely won't delete any of them. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you very much. Bye.